Sound check. Testing 1 2 1 2. All right. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Full Circus. Now, on the last episode, oh my gosh, this is a long cord. On the last episode, I made some pretty bold, audacious, and bodacious claims. You know, I said things like, hey, we're going to be updating the set, the studio, the podcast, the equipment, the tech, the things, and sound lights, and everything in between, right? We're going to be doing all of it. When I said these things, I had no idea I was going to be telling the truth. I was just saying things to say things, and that's what I do. I talk, and I don't know where that's going to lead, how the sentence is. I don't know where the punctuations, the commas, the periods, how things are going to line up. I just talk, I speak. But on this one occasion, to prevent myself from looking fraudulent and foolish, I stuck true to my word, guys. So what is up? Welcome back to the show. We updated the fantasy world of Circus Town, man, with the Yeah! You know when you I tried to say magnificent, and in my head I was just thinking glorious, and we came out with magnorious. But the magnorious curtains, dude! We make up words here on the podcast. We got these magnorious beauties on either side of me, man. We got the Rubik's Cube. I'll get to that in a second. But yeah, we got exercise, play me skateboard. It's really just the curtains, okay? That's what most of the budget went into this week, was getting the curtains set up. And it was a hassle. It was quite a freaking spectacle. I had to get a lot of things and curtain rods and hooks, and I didn't have a screwdriver or anything, so I was just kind of just shoving this and I got it into the wall somehow, but we did it anyway. And all I really knew about this whole backdrop was that I wanted curtains. I didn't know what kind of style, what material, and they're super soft. Not that it matters, because this is a podcast and you can't feel it or hear them really. But so I got them. They're really nice, but I couldn't figure out what color. Like, what flavor of curtain did I want? So I got two different ones. Now, this is only temporary. I'm going to return one. So some lucky sucker is going to get a fresh new curtain, and they'll have no idea that it has aired on a podcast before. How exciting, right? So there's a poll going on right now. If you're seeing this, then you probably already missed it, but I'm trying to ask people, which one looks better, right? We have the red. It's luxurious. It's a classic, red. It's a theater curtain. It also looks like the Muppets. It's very cool. And the blue, it speaks for itself. It's my favorite color. It looks great. So the consensus right now is that people love the red. They're like, yeah, red, 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 red. I'm not as easy, okay? I'm still in between them. Literally, dude. But yeah, I'm trying to solve that. And usually I use to do no things. I know what I want. I'm very decisive. I'm like, I see it, I like it, I get it, it's mine. With this though, I'm just having some trouble. So I'm trying to seek the help, and feel free to comment. Tell me what you want. If I already stuck to the red, already returned the blue, I'll go back and get the blue. If you guys overwhelming vote that we should get the blue, I have no idea what's gonna happen. My sense of style and fashion and interior decorating prowess is not the greatest, okay? There's a reason why these curtains are off-center in the first place, but they're here nonetheless. That's all that matters, man. So I'm excited. We do have this Rubik's Cube. I meant to talk about this front and center. So is this guy, because I'm just really proud of him. You want to show him off. Now, usually when you show things off, there should be a sense of pride. I'm very proud of this guy. I'm proud of my exit sign, because there's no arrows. We don't know where we're exiting. So how fun is that? It's just like, hey, there's an exit, but somewhere. Figure it out. But with this Rubik's Cube, man, I got this a while ago, 7 years ago. I said 7, not several. And I still haven't figured it out. I don't know if that's better or worse. But yeah, so everyone I know has gotten a Rubik's Cube. I'm like, oh yeah, this Rubik's Cube. I'm going to look it up, figure out the algorithms, I'll solve it. Putting it all together like a little mastermind. They figured it out. It's a fun little party trick. You put it together, speed, quick, it's whatever it is. I have refused to do so, and I still have not figured it out, man. And I get so angry because people show up like, hey, man, what's up? Oh, yeah, you still working on that? Yep, done. And I'm like, oh, because I just want to figure it out on my own. I feel like this is going to be really cool, because once you look it up, you can never go back, So sure, it's been a long time, and I committed to that on like day 1, day 2 maybe, and I regretfully did. But you know what? We stick to things. We're very stubborn in the fact. So now I have an unfinished Rubik's Cube. Maybe one day you'll tune in and it'll just be done. I'll say, yes, I cheated. No, I will never. So yeah, it's pretty annoying because I want to figure it out, man. You just want to be a part of the crowd, part of the people doing this. But I feel like it's a very, select few who have actually figured it out with no help, no outside sources whatsoever. And we're waiting for that, man. We've also have a new first camera right here and a new second camera. What's up, second camera? Always forget about this guy. So yeah, camera 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Man, do I feel bad for whoever has to edit this. It's me. I'm so sorry, future Tristan. I know this sucks because this is a later podcast already, and now you have to stay up even later editing it. What's up? So yeah, we got this all set up. The equipment's a little bit different. Everything's kind of managed better. The lights, dude, I got brand new freaking lights, and I just look at them, so now I can't see anything. I'm completely blinded. Now, how interesting is that? The very tool that we use to help us see visually even better can take that from you, can blind you. Just gone. Isn't that interesting? I don't know what the moral of that story is, but there's the information. So yeah. New setup, new, whatever, man. And we didn't do a test run of this episode either. I meant to do one before the first episode. I was like, I'm going to do a practice one. I'm going to figure things out, man. And I didn't, and we just did it. And it was fun. It was great, but it was a little bit of a bummer because things just weren't in focus. Like, I watched it back, and I was doing the bit about the kitchen flooded. It was my fault. Okay. But for context, if you didn't see the last episode, I flooded the kitchen. Whatever. It happens. But I was doing the whole bit and saying, the lifeguards and surfboards, and people were just in rowboats, just, hey, hello there, playing a little mandolin while the lady's in the back with an umbrella. I was just doing the whole bit, and I was out of focus the whole time. Now, granted, I don't know if I'm in focus right now because I still can't see anything because I just saw the light. There it goes again. So anyways, guys, what's going to be happening through the rest of this episode is, well, I really don't know. But like I said, I want to just kind of address the new things and the fun, exciting, whatever. The stuff that's going on here with the podcast. What's up, Camera 2? Seriously, I never know. But what is going on, guys? I am happy to be back here. And I tell you what, it's starting to really illustrate my little head, my fantasy realm. This is my world, and that is taking a lot of getting used to. When you stay in a little box for so long and you're used to gesture, like, so anyways, I was doing this and things were just happening, right? So I was like, whoa, but doing this when you gesture like that, I feel just like I'm free. Like the caterpillar is now a beautiful butterfly, baby. It's a metamorphosis. And it's really cool. And also, I can lean back here and yell. So I have more room to play and do things. What's up, guy? I'm really proud of it. The Rubik's Cube, I'm not proud of it, but I'm showing it off because it's supposed to make me keep working towards it. But anyways, yeah, I'm feeling good, guys. I'm feeling good. I got a haircut. As you can see, we're moving into the show now. Let me just double check if everything's recording here. Check, 1, 2. Okay, see, this is why you should do a test run. But when you are the producer, editor, director, and actor, and main star, and writer, and all things that go into a show, you don't have other people to do this. So have fun editing this. Yeah, so anyways, I got a haircut. It just got to that point, when it gets so long. And I know people have long hair. But it's just being Italian and whatever, it gets so big and fluffy and just huge. It just overtakes me. And like when I wake up in the morning, it's just complete black. And I spread it. I'm like, hello? And I'm just like still, and I'm like wandering through the jungle, just freaking trying to get through my own bangs, man. And then a half an hour later, I'm like, oh, no, and I see the world. So it takes a long time, and it was definitely an experience, and I had to get rid of it, right? And people just say that too. They're like, oh, it looks great, and they're like, whoa, okay, all right. I mean, I'm not trying to. Well, yeah, I am. Go get a haircut, man. It looks horrible. It looks bad. Go do something about it. So I did, man. Now, I've been going to sports clips the last couple times I went to get a haircut, and you pay like $35 for the haircut and for some sort of massage chair that's just made of gravel, and they throw a steaming hot lava towel on your face, and they just choke you out, basically. I don't know. You pay for a lot of torture, and I don't know what the experience is supposed to be, but I don't like it, and I don't like paying for it. So I was thinking, you know what? I'm going to go to Great Clips this time because I want every cent, every dollar, right, to go towards the actual skill and talent towards getting a haircut. Because when I go to sports clips, I'm like, hey, here's the photo, here's what I want, you guys do this, do that. And they're like, yeah, whatever, but here's your towel. I'm just like, okay, I mean, haircut sucks, but at least I got tortured for 30 minutes. So I was really excited about Great Clips. I was like, what's going to happen? They're going to do it right, man. These people are trained. They know what goes into this. It's going to look great. Now, sure enough, it does look great. It's fine. And I make, I make it look good. But this was not what I asked for. It looks identical to the thing I get from Sports Clips. I don't know what the reason is, but my hair will always look like this, no matter what. Okay? I don't know what to do about that, whether it's Sports Clips, Great Clips, some other hair salon, my mom, my dad, my brother, or me. It looks like this. I don't know if my hair has like some sort of blueprint outline. People just cut it and it just happens. This just happens no matter what. I've asked for pompadours and different stylings and different photos. It is what it is. It's my burden to bear. I get it now. Okay, I've come to the conclusion and come to terms with the fact that this will never change. I just have to let it grow for about 2 weeks to a month after this, and I'm like, okay, now I'm feeling good. But I asked for it to be a little bit longer than this, way longer than this, and I didn't get that. And I've been asking for this. I've been trying to get it. I'm like, you know what? I like my hair when it's like a month past this, so can we just like cut it down to like around there? And they're like, okay, yeah, for sure. Look good? No, well, can't do anything about that. So that was cool. And so the people there are, they're like hairdresser, hair salon, whatever you call them, hairdressers. I think hair cutters of hair. They're conversational people, right? And that's always fun because like, hey, I'm talking to you, we're having fun, you're doing your thing, and I'm like, you know what? I'm a conversationalist as well. I have a podcast. What's up, camera number 2? I don't even know. So yeah, I'm just like, hey, well, let's talk. Let's have a dialogue. Let's have some fun. And I try to make these people laugh. I come there with some jokes. Cover it up. You guys look great. Put me on the wall. Just little silly things. And I see the people behind me, their little assistants and whatever. They're chuckling, having a good time. And I can't get the main person that has the scissors in their hands to laugh. And maybe this is some sort of subconscious thing because I'm like, you know what? You have a very sharp object near my head. I would like it for you to like me. Because in an ideal situation, the person wielding the weapons should have favorable opinions of me. But this was not working out, okay? I was throwing my best material at this person. Nothing, no, whatever, stop talking. And so then I just give up, man. And I start to just actually try and talk to this person. I'm like, hey, you're doing great. This is so interesting. Why do you get into this? And they're like, okay, yeah, it's pretty. I take 15 hours of, go to school and cutting people's hair. I'm like, 15 hours? The person at Sports Clips, I asked her, I was like, how'd you get into this? She's like, yeah, I just cut my sister's hair a few times and they let me in. I'm like, wait, hold on. Okay. So I'm trying to put these pieces together. Now that I think about it, I don't even know if she was wearing a uniform. Maybe that wasn't even Sports Clips. I don't know where I was, but the haircut still came out like this. So anyways, I'm talking to her. I'm just trying to be conversational. No jokes, no nothing. And she's starting to lighten up a little bit. She's starting to come around. Like, yeah, this is really great. Well, thanks. Oh, that's fun. Your hair's looking lit. She's trying to be all trendy and cool and whatever. I'm like, yeah, I really appreciate you doing a great job because before I was just looking homeless. People are just throwing quarters at me, And she's dead silent. And I watch this. I don't know if she had been homeless, a defender of the homeless, or she just doesn't like my comedy, but I lost all my points, all the progress I had made towards this freaking conversational flow of joy was gone. I blew it all in one sentence, one little joke, and I'm like, oh, crap. Okay, do your thing. I'll just stay with my little rug and just stay here, like, whatever. And then we just silent. She just wasn't really picking. Okay, camera's back. Guys, I don't know what's happening again. I didn't run any test setups before this. We're just going to keep rolling with this as it goes. What's up, camera number 2? So what was I saying? Oh, yeah, anyways. I was just sitting here. I kind of just realized that I had to shut up from now on. I don't know what it is about people who are supposed to be leading the conversational, steps. But when I start kind of doing the dance with them, they're like, stop. I'm the host of this Jimmy Fallon show. Snip, snip, snip. And they're like, stop being the jokes, stop being this. So I have a hard time with these people for whatever reason. And that's what I did. I just kind of shut up and took it, And of course I had to pretend like I didn't like the haircut because I was trying to get, out of it. Didn't want to tip her that much. I'm joking. I tipped her a fair bit, even though she didn't care for any of my jokes. But, maybe she can give that to whoever homeless people she knows. But what else has been going on, dude? Oh, yeah. So like any son of a father who needs errands run for him in the midday, I was sent on some missions. I got a call, a text, a message. Hey, son, I'm going to need your help with this thing. Okay, Dad, what do you need? Well, I'm just need you to run on down to the store and give me a couple of rollers. Okay, I'll be right there. Bing. So anyways, my dad sent me. He's like, hey, we need to go see these rollers, drywalls, just kind of mud these things up. It's not that important, but it was about 30 minutes away. Again, not that important. What is important is that I pulled up into this thing, and just before I got out of my car, this guy comes walking out. And as I begin to open my door, he stopped. He's like, hey, what do you need, son? What do you want? What are you coming here looking for? I'm like, I'm just here for some rollers, right? I'm just being very vague, just kind of to the point. I'm trying to go into the store to get said rollers. He's like, rollers? We don't have any rollers. I'm like, what do you mean you don't have it? I didn't even tell you a specific kind of rollers. Okay, by me just saying a random object, you should have a plethora of different objects. It's a store. It's a hardware store. Okay, we should be fine. You should have rollers. Any kinds of rollers. I was sent here for that specific mission. You should have rollers. So he starts vetting me outside of this freaking store. I was like, what is happening? What's going on? It's like if you went to a CVS and someone pulled up, right? What are you here for? I'm just here for some stuff. Stuff? We don't have stuff. Well, what kind of stuff are you looking for? I was like, chips. With chips? Yeah, come on now. You're not going to find it. It's a freaking grocery store. What do you mean you don't have chips? He's like, okay, what do you got? So I start going over this thing. I'm trying to explain it to him. I have a photo of it as well. I was like, listen, I'm here to get a corner roller. You see this? You see this corner roller? I need that. He's like, oh, why didn't you just say so? Corner. I was like, well, because I didn't think I'd have to be specific. I was going to get out and go get it. It was a quarter. It was very. I wasn't trying to be. So now he's like acting like I just didn't know what I was talking about, like I was some sort of dunce. So he goes in there with me. And now all these people are looking around like he's freaking holding my hand, dragging me along. Like I'm like, hey guys, I'm here to look for a roller. I don't know what kind of it is. I just know that I really need a roller in some way. He's like, yeah, well, we know we have tons of stuff over there. Just this kid doesn't really know what he's looking for. But don't worry, I'm going to show him how to get it. Yeah, just please help me. I don't know what to do here, sir. So anyways, he drags me through the store, taking me over to the roller. So as we got these kind of rollers, there's a drywall roller. We got a paint roller. There's different kinds. I was like, dude, I know. I was sent here to come get the stuff. I didn't ask for your help, but I was trying to be nice. So I just follow him. He's going through this thing, and he's like, yeah, so anyways, we'll just ring that for up. Here you go. Actually, you know what? I'll just take it around back, and we can do it. And I was like he didn't trust me to carry it to the counter or something. I don't know if it was my youthful face or my fresh new haircut or my youthful presence and my childlike energy, but people do this all the time where they just act like I just don't know what I'm doing at all. Now, this happens regularly anyway. There's always some sort of hiccup when I go to run an errand for my mom or dad. The world's just, so I don't know what's going to happen next. So he takes it around, he rings it up. He's like, well, here you go now. And so basically I leave that place. This guy does I was like, what is it? It was just a regular store. There's other people shopping. I'm just being dragged along. Here, can someone help me? So yeah, it was just one little chore. One little thing. Can you go get a corner roller? I show up, hey, can I get a roller? Roller? We don't have. So it's just one of those weird things. You're like, this is so, why does this happen? It's always so weird. Something weird just always happens. And as I was leaving, it got even weirder. Okay, so I'm waiting to freaking pull out this place, heavy traffic, semis and cars and, whatever. And immediately this semi passes by, and this guy on a freaking, scooter skateboard passes by, which isn't that weird. It means on the road, I don't know why. But then a little trailer follows along with him, dude. I have a video. I'll put it up somewhere. What are we doing? What are you doing, dude? It's like he's got this little trailer, he's pulling it. Like, is he helping somebody move? I have no idea why this guy had this thing or why he wouldn't speed up or move or get over. I was like, hey, dude, what's the trailer for? And I so badly wanted to just talk to this guy because I needed to know more. Was he one of the homeless people that the hairdresser was so upset about because he's really trying to make a difference? He's trying to help people move or all the other kind of chores he's trying to complete. I have no idea. But I just wanted to know more, and he wouldn't get out of the street, and he's like, oh, whatever. As you saw, I try to swerve over, and he gets in the lane next to me. So anyways, it's just weird stuff that happens, just little tiny things like that. From the guy, just the weird checkout, to this resident person who won't get out of the road, who's probably trying to be a good deeder. He's trying to do good deeds for the world. But it gets even weirder right after that. I immediately take a left. I'm thinking, man, that was weird. All these weird things that keep happening to me. So I pull up. It's a main street, heaviest traffic. Okay, I'm talking like what I just did a second ago. The boo boo boo, even heavier. It is. I'm like, I'm never gonna get past this thing. I'm never gonna get out of here. So I'm sitting here, semi, and this semi just goes ever so slowly. I'm like, Jesus, thing. My one shot, I was gonna get out. And this isn't the weird part, but as this thing was passing, I'm starting to hit my foot on the gas, and immediately here, you could go. And I'm like, what's happening? I look over and there's an old lady on the sidewalk. All right, camera stopped again. Again, I don't know why. We should just start relying on camera number 2. You never fail me. But anyways, yeah, this lady's like, you could go. You could go, right? And she's like laughing at me. I'm like, oh, excuse me, lady. This thing just passed right in front of me. I know I can go. I saw it. I've been watching both lanes. Now, no offense to you as an elderly person. I'm not saying all old people have bad vision, but, how do we know you could see? Because this thing just passed. Now, I got a little annoyed at it because, when someone's right next to you, when you're driving, like, hey, go, you're fine, you can go. And it gets a little annoying. You're like, okay, enough of the freaking backseat driving. Somebody stop. This lady wasn't even backseat driving. She was not even in a vehicle of her own. Okay? So I don't know what her problem was. I don't know if maybe she has road rage. I don't know how you have road rage without a vehicle. I'm like, oh, listen, okay, I know, but if you didn't see the giant semi that just almost blew off your toupee, it was right there. I'm about to go now. So I leave. And I was like, okay, that was just a weird little thing we just had there. So then I think about all the 3 things that just happened. I'm like, okay, whatever. I drive forward. I get up to another red light, right? Now I'm going to be going straight through this intersection. A truck pulls up right behind me, and maybe it wanted to turn right. I have no idea. So I'm sitting there waiting through the red light, and I can see behind me. He's like hoping that I would go right or something. He's just banging on the wheel. Whoa! I'm like, what is going on behind me, dude? I don't know, maybe it might not have been a guy. It might have been the lady. Maybe she hopped in a truck out behind me. It's like she just had so much rage. But anyways, so I'm sitting there watching that, and he's like starts creeping up his truck, getting ever so close, like trying to get closer to me, like force me. I'm like, dude, where do you want me to go? It's freaking red. He's like, oh, somebody's got to do something. I can't sit here any longer. So I kind of start like, I don't know I hope he can see this because I'm like right in front of him in a car. And he has a very perfect vantage point. So I start emulating and mimicking what he's doing. I'm pounding on the wheel. Oh, I hate the color red, and he starts getting closer. And I can see this person's getting really angry. Like, so we're just having this little fit because I want him to see how silly it is to have road rage, right? I've talked about this before. Road rage is so dumb. It's so silly. Listen, rage, it's inevitable. It's an inescapable thing, okay? It's a feat. It's an emotion. Emotions, feelings, they happen, right? But to have an emotion and just sit there and stew is so dumb and pathetic about nothing you can control. Just be like this. So I laugh every time I see it happen. And I couldn't help but just having some fun with this guy. But then I go forward, and I thought he had his right blinker on, but then he follows me. And we keep going down, riding through the streets, and he keeps going. And I don't know if I just eventually lost him with my Tokyo Drift skills, or he just gave up, because I'm not catchable, baby. So anyways, that was the story. That was the whole thing. And my dad just sends me on one little chore. Those are all the things that happen in about a 5-minute span. Okay, just tons of crap, just boils over. On to chore number 2. So this happens again, just yesterday, I believe. So I had just gotten done working out, and I had just chugged a gallon of water, just going about my daily activities. I get a call. Hey, son, we're gonna be taking a trip to Indianapolis real quick, and you know how when you like someone's giving you details or little things to do around the house, you're like, okay, you're kind of paying attention. Hey, can you take this box from downstairs, put it somewhere? You're like, I got the gist of it. So I'm like, yeah, wait, freaking Indianapolis? What? Why? Wait, there's a city in Ohio, right? You don't actually mean Indianapolis, do you? He's like, yeah, no, it's gonna be about a 10-hour drive, so we'll be back at 3 a.m. 3 a.m. It's not even 3 p.m. yet. So I was like, what's going on? He's like, so we're going to get a minivan for my mom, and it was going to be a very long trip, and it was a great deal. So anyways, there wasn't that much excitement to it, except it was just a very, very lengthy trip. However, dude, I did get run off the road by someone. I don't think they had road rage, but they just, could have been the elderly driving a semi. So I'm in the fast lane, right? And I had a neck freaking kink, and I couldn't really look left, so I just stay in the left lane. I don't want to have to look over there and try and get out. I have no chance. So I just stayed in the left the whole time. And the semi's right down the middle lane. Here I am. Here's the semi. I'm like right on its tail, trying to pass it now. and he puts his blinkers on. I'm like, oh shoot, I should probably speed up and get out of this thing just in case he doesn't see me. So I start speeding up, and now I'm right in the middle. And like, okay, well, surely he sees me. Surely at some point I've crossed through his blind spot and into his visual peripherals, right? And he does not see that at all. And he starts moving over. I'm like, oh freaking crap. This is actually happening. Like, stop. And he starts crossing into my lane. Now, I'm in a minivan myself. We're going to get a new minivan for my mom, but we were driving one as well, which, by the way, wasn't that smaller than a regular van, but I wanted to make my point. So I stand here, man, and I'm not giving up. I could have slowed down, but like, we're going to speed up. I'm going to go toe-to-toe with this freaking semi, okay? Newsflash, minivan does not beat semi. So I'm trying to speed through it, and he comes into my lane full go. And I get pushed out into the median, on the shoulder. I'm hitting rubble and crap and spare tires. I'm jumping air. I'm like, jeez, oh my gosh. My dad was trying to sleep. I'm like, so but overtake. And I just crossed right back out in the front of this guy. If he didn't see me at all, he would have just been driving like, what the frick? What is this guy? And so that minivan really showed who the boss was there. And yeah, it was pretty rough. It was pretty crazy. Not just that, but the whole drive, because like I said, I had a gallon of water, and I kept having to use the bathroom, but I wouldn't, okay? Because the reason I was driving so fast was to try and, knock minutes off. And I was like, my dad's like, you could stop over to go to the bathroom. I was like, I didn't just run off the road for nothing, okay? We're going to get these minutes, okay? I'm not going to the bathroom. And we drive all the way freaking there, and I have to pee so bad, okay? I am paying the price for my decisions now. When we roll up deep in Indianapolis, and immediately there's this random Armenian guy. I don't know if he was actually Armenian, but I think that's what he was. So anyways, we roll up there, and my dad's freaking vetting the whole van out. I was like, we need to do this as fast as possible because I need to go to the bathroom. And he's like checking everything under the hood. He's like, yeah, I think that looks good. And I was like, yeah, it looks great, man. He's like, hey, you really think the hood? I was like, yeah, it looks good. He's like, what the interior? It's like, yeah, it looks amazing. We got it. Let's go. And he keeps taking the longest time just looking through this because he wants to be thorough. So props to him. But in the moment, I was like, holy crap. If we drove 10 hours for this van and don't get it, then I'm going to be pissed in a different way, okay? But I'm about to freaking wet my pants on this guy's front lawn, and he's like, hey, bro, what's wrong with you? It was a long drive, huh, Brian? Huh, man? Hi, guy. And I'm like, yeah, no, I just have to pee. Oh, so bad. So you have to pee? I was like, yeah, that's what regular, occurrence in life. I didn't think it was like that. We really pee. What? Pee? I never heard of it. What's that? It's like, yeah, well, I know a place we could go. I was like, what do you mean you know a place? Is this not your house that we're in front of? And he's like, yeah, nobody's home. I was like, okay, well, that's what. So anyways, he's like, I know a place, guy. Follow me. So we start following this guy down the road. He's like, okay, so I know this alley. It's like, an alley? So anyways, he takes me down this freaking alley, and he just leaves, and I start doing my business and peeing. Immediately I get an Amber Alert on my phone. Warning, flash flood. I'm like, sorry. So it's nice to get relief, and I could finally enjoy the luxury and the sweetness of the van. By the way, I don't even know if it was this guy's to begin with. Like, he would talk like it was his, but then my dad would say something like, yeah, do the back windows roll down? Like, do they have that capability? He's like, I don't know. Let me check. Oh, yeah, they do. They roll down. I'm like, have you not owned this van before? And so he was like trying to figure out how to open the glove box and do these other things. Like, hey, is this a stolen? I don't know what the context of this was. I was so focused on going to the bathroom, maybe selling for somebody else. But I was just like, I think this guy might have stolen this van, But anyways, it was a nice van regardless. We got it home to my mom safely. She just went to sleep and woke up with a brand new van, express shipping style. It was a very long trip for me. But to her, it was just like, hey, Amazon Prime. Unless it was stolen, then, Amazon crime. We just got this stolen van out of nowhere. And it was cool, man. It was a good experience. But there's just always hiccups. There's always something interesting if it involves a chore given to me by my father. So I think that's all I have to talk about today. I don't know how long this episode was. There's been a couple hiccups in the cameras both ways. I'm sorry about the editing, Tristan. Figure it out. Good luck with it. We will be back next week, guys. I don't know how to end the show. I'm kind of all over the place, but I'm just trying to make sure I gesture properly and look at both cameras enough times. I hope this has been great. I'm kind of loopy. I'm kind of going all over because it is late, but I have to stay up and edit this now. Sorry about the cameras. Frick! Why do you need to stop doing that? Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. This has been Full Circus. Have a beautiful week. Have a beautiful weekend. I will see you soon, guy. And we're gonna go out and go find some rollers.